Okay, so today we're going to be doing something that's called a fanfiction tag. It was created by Jane Campbell here on YouTube, and I will link our video in the description so you can go check that out if you want. And without further ado, let's get into it. So what is the fanfiction tag? It's a bunch of questions about fanfiction. Also, if you don't know what fanfiction is, first of all, what are you doing here? And second, fanfiction is fiction written by fans. It is a person's interpretation of what the material on the TV, movie, or book is about. So, let's start. Do you read or write fanfiction, and why? Well, yes, I read and write fanfiction. Why? Because it's fun. Okay? What fanfiction does is it opens up a door to things we cannot see in the canon universe. And yes, I have written fanfiction. Most of it is on my Tumblr account, and all of it is Destiel. I'll link it in the description down below, my Tumblr account, and you can go check that out. Also, I have written a poem about I don't know how it started, but I ended up writing a poem about the demons in Supernatural. It just happened, and yeah, it's on Archive of Our Own, AO3. I'll link that in the description below too. Well, everything I mentioned will be in the description down below. Just know that. Speaking of writing fanfiction, listen to this. On the 31st of March, that's next week, I am going to be releasing the first chapter of a novel-length fic that I've been writing, and the pairings are Destiel and Nyssa. Yes, shameless self-promo. Go for it. How and when did you discover fanfiction, and how old were you? Well, I discovered fanfiction last year. Literally. Last year, well, it's almost been 2 years, so I can't say last year. I was 17, 18, I think. I'm not entirely sure. And my first fanfiction was a Destiel fanfiction, which was called I Put a Spell on You. Next question is, how has fandom and fanfiction evolved since you found it? I don't think it's evolved much since I've only been here 2 years. So I don't think I've seen a lot of changes. And the fandoms that I have been a part of, I've heard that they are extremely toxic, but I didn't find that personally. Maybe it's because I came in after most of the discourse had been resolved. Yes, there are some parts of the fandom that are still going that is wrong, or going that it's not happening. But overall, the fandom has, I think, from my perspective, the fandom has calmed down for the best of my knowledge. Okay, so the next question is, do you still engage with fanfiction like you used to? If by engage you mean, do I still read fanfiction? Yes, I do. I read a lot of fanfiction and not enough actual real books. If you mean that, do I find it interesting? Often, yes, but sometimes I'm more critical of the fanfiction, because if the fanfic does not manage to entice me in the first few paragraphs or in the description, then I'm probably not going to read it. Okay, so next question. Which fandoms do you enjoy reading or writing from? Well, a Supernatural fandom, for starters, because that was the fandom I got that introduced me to fanfiction, fan art, and fan community and everything. So, Supernatural, Harry Potter. The beauty of Harry Potter is you get Harry's generation fics, you get the Martyrs generation fics, and you get the Albus Scorpius generation fics. And I think that's so amazing. Like, okay, the next question is, have you told anyone you write fanfiction? Yes I have. 3 of my best friends know that I write fanfiction, and they've also read the fanfic that I'm going to be uploading. Next question is, what does fanfiction mean to you? Well, it's nice, and there is representation, and sometimes all you want from life, all you ever want, is to see those 2 assholes kiss. Do you prefer canon-based fics or AUs? Personally, I don't really have much of a preference, but if it's 1,000 words or less fic, I prefer it to be canon-based. If it's a longer fic, I prefer it, it doesn't matter when it's a longer fic. Tell us about a fanfiction you've read or written. Well, I'm glad you asked. First is the Destiel fanfic that introduced me to this world, which would be I Put a Spell on You. And another really good Destiel fic, it's not written, it's not completed, is Forest Green, Forest Blue, or Forest Green, Ocean Blue. It's one of those things. There's the Hannigram Fic I'm currently reading, Transcendent Suffering. Also, there is this other Hannigram Fic, which is Post Silence of the Lambs, and it's Willfully. They're both kind of similar, but here's the thing. Transcendent Suffering is really angsty. Willfully is not that angsty. Ooh, yes, the Kylux Fic. It's called, I think, yes, it's called Down with the Fallen, and the thing about this fic, okay, story time. Thing about this fic is I read it before The Last Jedi came out, and I totally, completely believed it was canon. Simply because the characters were taken so nicely and the storyline was so good that I actually believed that whatever was happening was truly canon. And when Last Jedi did come out and I watched it, I was like, Luke, why would you want to kill Ben? Oh my god, it was the storyline in the fic was much different for how Ben turns into Kylo. Another one of these fics that I totally believed would be, it was Nyssa fic. I don't know the name, I don't know the writer's name. I think it was on fanfiction.net. It was very early days of me reading fanfiction, so if I can find the fic, I will link it in the description below. It was from Nyssa's perspective, and it was like after Ra's al Ghul marries Oliver and Nyssa, it was everything after that until like end of season 3 finale. That whole from Nyssa's perspective. And for the longest time, I truly thought that was canon because it was so nicely done. I thought that some writer from the show had given us this fanfic. And finally, on to my fic, the one I have written, and it's called Don't Blame Me. You'll know why. So it's about 4 people: Dean Winchester, Castiel Novak, Sarah Lance, and Ra's al Ghul. I didn't change the names, though they are in India. I did not change the names. Okay, so all 4 of them are students in computer engineering, and they study at one of the best universities in India. And Cass is the son of Chuck Novak, who is a billionaire. Dean Winchester is Dean's father. John is a military man. He's in the military. And his mom is a vlogger. Okay, so Sarah Lance is a smart one, the class topper, the high scorer, and she's also a fangirl, and she writes a blog. And Nyssa al Ghul, the thing is that she does not want to be doing computer engineering. What she wants to do, the career path she wants, is photography. But her parents are like, okay, you want photography and we're good parents, so we'll let you take photography, but we'll do that after you finish computer engineering. Or, well, they say engineering, she chooses computer. Okay, the story is about how all these 4 people who come from very different backgrounds, they come together and become friends. They walk the walk of life and then fall in love. For those people who are not from India, here's the thing, that India does not have marriage equality. So they are all dealing with trying to keep their identities a secret, and they're trying to pretend to be normal while they fondue in the background, and yeah, and it's about how they deal with the homophobia, at the same time having to deal with life, college, all the shit that life gives you. As it doesn't matter if you're a high school student, a college student, or just like an adult with a job, life fucks you up no matter what. So yeah, dealing with everyday life situations. And so I think it's a very slice of life. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you guys will go check out my fic when I upload it on 31st of March. It's called Don't Blame Me, and it will be linked down below if any of you are watching this video post 31st of March 2018. I'll see you next time. Toodles!